hit the tip to field.
It is Sunday, June 15th, Father's Day, and the Yankees were trying to avoid the sweep at the hands of the Red Sox. Max Fried on the mound, looking for win number 10 on the year. My recap and your reactions coming up next. This is Pinstripe Territory.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Tough day. And apologies to all the dads out there that are Yankees fans because they did not give you a Father's Day win. You might notice I gave the show a bit of a paint job. Last night I was pissed off at the team. I couldn't sleep. I decided to come out here and be productive in the studio. Hope you dig it. Hope you dig it more than you dug this game today. Absolutely unbelievable series from the Yankees. Just 4 runs. They said it was the first time in over 100 years that had happened, that they had scored 4 runs or less in a series in Fenway. And they continue to put out an abysmal amount of energy, like a sloth with a hangover. Offense was completely silent against Brian Bayo, just like they were completely silent against Hunter Dobbins, and just like they were, with the exception of Aaron Judge's late home run, completely silent against Garrett Crochet. So the Red Sox pitching was the story of this series. They completely dominated the Yankees. And for those of you who are asking for Rant Cam, you might notice I rebuilt everything. I don't have Rant Cam set up yet. We'll have it soon. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of my sounds. I don't have a lot of stuff. But I wanted to give everything kind of a makeover and just kind of distract myself a little bit. But let's face it, the Yankees' energy level has been flatlining since that final game against the Royals, where they actually won that game, but they looked dead. Aaron Judge is having the worst stretch that he has had all season. Aside from that clutch home run on Friday night, I mean, he did nothing in this series. Nothing but strike out. And then he came up in a big spot this afternoon and bounced into a double play. Now, we did get this call that I want to retort.
Yep. Hey, Derek. Steve calling from Maine. I think, when is it time to revisit this question? You're not going to like it, of whether Judge can handle pressure. I mean, I think it's 12 strikeouts in the last 4 games or something like that.
So first of all, the only hit that he had in this series was in a pressure situation. Nobody's going to try and convince you that he had a good series when he struck out 10 times or whatever. He had a horrible weekend. But to say it was pressure related, I think is a reach. And I think you don't like Judge for whatever reason, because you always call in when he does bad, and then it's crickets whenever he has a great game, right? We don't hear from you. So I don't know if it's like, you just dislike him personally or whatever, but lose this. I mean, he had a clutch home run in this series, so it's not a pressure thing. Did he have a good series? No. Was the double play here at the end of the game awful? Yes, it was. Did he strike out a ridiculous amount? Did he generate enough wind energy to power Boston? Yes, absolutely. But we're not putting this entire series on Judge. Somebody's got to step up when Judge has a slump. Judge is still hitting .378 with a 1229 OPS. He wasn't going to hit 400 for the season, right? You're going to have slumps. I mean, it's June 15th. Eventually, he was going to get cold. And it's on the rest of the team to step up and pick him up in those kind of situations. But the Yankees just had a sloppy weekend, awful base running. We had another error by Volpe today. Now, the Yankees made up for it by turning some double plays. Max Fried was pretty good today. He was going for his 10th win. He's now 9-2 on the season. But really, this was not a pretty weekend to be a Yankees fan. Let's get to the recap.
Let's get it going.
So double from Grisham to lead off the game. Grisham actually had a couple of hits today. He was 2 for 4. He's got the average back up to 244 OPS at 816. But that was pretty much all there was. And you might notice in the stats, I left Judge completely empty because that's what it was. It was a nothing day from Judge. He went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts and a double play. 0 for 4. 3 strikeouts and a double play. That's as bad as it gets. That's as bad as it gets. There was, I forget who it was. It was some old baseball guy who said, if you're going to hit into a double play, you might as well strike out. And this was one of those days where that applied to Aaron Judge. Dylan the Don says, Yanks have absolutely no backbone. When pressure is low, they're down, and they make fake rallies, it seems. They fail to produce early. I don't know. It's frustrating. Look, one of the reasons I'm calling my book Pinstripe Therapy is because of days like this. People want to come on, and they want to share their, how upset they are. And I get it, but it's not going to be like this forever. They're having a bad stretch. That's how baseball seasons go. You have stretches where you lose, 5 out of 7. I mean, it happens, right? And they lost 3 in a row. They've struggled with the Red Sox. Red Sox obviously game planning them very well, but they just swept the Royals, who, were a playoff team last year. So let's not get too up, too down. Volpe, he booted a ground ball in the first inning, 8th error of the season, quickly made up for it with a 6-6-3 double play. We had more atrocious base running. Ben Rice got picked off of second base with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. That is the 3rd time in this series that the Yankees have had a runner removed from scoring position by terrible base running. You had Volpe trying to steal third base the other night. He got thrown out. You had Dominguez last night forget how many strikes there were, and that's what we found out happened. He thought it was strike 3, so he stood there watching it and then took off for third when he realized, oh no, they're throwing down a second to get me. And he ended up going to third base and getting thrown out by a mile. We got a call about the base running from Brian.
What's up, Derek? Just wanted to say, what is going on with this team's base running development? What are they teaching these young guys in the minors? To sit there and just pick wedgies on second base? How are they getting thrown out 2 days in a row? That's unacceptable. Absolutely stupid and not winning baseball. That is ridiculous that this keeps happening time and time again. They need to freaking hang these guys up and shake them and make them realize what the fuck's going on when they're on second base. It's outrageous that 2 days in a row to end a rally, getting thrown out.
It's rough. Just really poor fundamentals. And these are supposed to be high IQ baseball players. They're not looking that way. All we heard about Volpe was how high IQ he was, right? And Ben Rice is, I think, a high IQ player, but can't get picked off second base. Dominguez remains to be seen. He's got some athletic talent. We've seen him make some dumb moves. He's been a good base runner in general because he's fast. I think he cuts corners on the bases really well, and he reads base hits really well. So, you're on second base, there's a little blooper, he tends to read it well. But, decisions like last night, mental errors, you can't keep making these mental errors. Come on, guys. Let's tighten it up a little bit, okay? Let's focus and pull ourselves out of this so we don't have a slump like we've had the last couple of summers. Devers went deep. Brian Bayo, we got to give him credit. He was phenomenal today. He threw 7 shutout innings, 3 hits, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. Trevor Story hit the Yankees well in this series. The Yankees only gave up 5 hits today. Boston only had 5 hits. Let's take a look at the box score here. No, I can't. I didn't set that up yet. Sorry. Basically, the Yankees had 5 hits. Boston had 6. So, whatever. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. Tough day for the Yanks. Anyway, all right, let's talk about Max Fried. I thought he threw the ball pretty well. 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts. They were constantly putting pressure on him. They had the leadoff guy on a number of times. Thankfully, he was able to work out of some jams, like he got some double plays, but ultimately, he just didn't get any run support. He pitched well enough to win this game. You'll take 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs every day of the week from every starting pitcher. And he continues to do his job. He's got a 1.89 ERA on the season, even after today. He topped out at 97.9 today through 106 pitches. Of those 106 pitches, 72 were strikes, so he had a pretty good ratio, pretty good command. But, he picks up a loss because the Yankees didn't hit. So just a tough luck day for Max Fried. Let's zoom out and look at this series, which was a mess. I mean, you had the epic home run from Judge on Friday night that was ruined because the Yankees didn't play small ball and they screwed up and the umpire was terrible. It was just a cluster in Game 1. And then Judge basically struck out for the rest of the series until he hit into a big double play in the final at-bat. Rodon was so-so. You know, he has not been the typical Rodon that we've seen the last couple of times out. The Red Sox kids, they continue to play with high energy. Christian Campbell looks good. I mean, I know he went 0 for 2 today, but I like the kid. I think he's going to be a really good player. We didn't see much out of the new kid, what's his name? The number one prospect, Roman Anthony. He didn't even start today, and I think he had no hits in the series. He's hitting 0.59. You had Raffaello looks good. Toro looks good. I mean, they got some really young talent that looks really good. So Yankees base running, to me, was the worst, and the bats have just cooled off. So you got to get it going. Hopefully against the Angels, who the Yankees will play a 4-game set against. They are 33-36. The Yankees swept the Angels on the West Coast. They are without Yoan Moncada, the third baseman, the switch hitter, and Robert Stevenson, who was out for such a long time, and now he's back on the injured list. 227 team batting average, so they are not an offensive juggernaut, but Mike Trout has come back strong after being on the injured list. He's hitting 226, 11 home runs, but he's looked better lately. And Zach Neto is somebody to watch out for. 808 OPS on the season and 10 home runs. So, you know, this is going to be a series that you got to win. You can't afford to slump here against a team that's this weak. Now, unfortunately, the Yankees finished out a road trip 3-3 that they started off 3-0. But now you got a homestand. You got a lot more days in a row, so you're not going to get rest. You just got to hope that sleeping in your own bed, maybe getting a little influx of power from Giancarlo Stanton can help turn things around a little bit. And just kind of get back on the right track. Got to win on Monday. Ivy Leather says Boone can't motivate guys during win streaks, and they eventually get sloppy. Cora doesn't seem to have that issue. Have you looked at the standings? Ivy Leather? The Red Sox are 37-36. The Yankees are 42-28. The Yankees have a 6.5 game. Why are we loving on Cora so much? How many times have they finished last in the last 10 years? The Yankees are consistently near the top of the division, near the top of the American League. Right? Recency bias. Cora and the Red Sox won this series, so of course they look better. Yankees have been at large better. Quick word from Harry's, and then we'll back with a couple of final thoughts here. In baseball, as in life, it's all about having that extra edge, that little extra half second of a swing, the late break on a slider, or the grit to outlast your opponent on a hot afternoon. Same goes for shaving. Harry's gives you the edge where it counts. I tried the $5 trial set, and honestly, it's like the ace of my bathroom rotation. The handle's weighted just right, the razor is smooth, and the foaming shave gel lathers better than anything I have used before. I keep my beard tight around the jawline, clean edges, no irritation. Harry's handles it with ease. Even the packaging is big league. And their body wash, I've got the redwood scent. It's like a fresh cut field on opening day. Get the edge on your shave with Harry's razors. Normally their trial set is $10, but right now you can get it for just $5 at harrys.com/stripe. That's harrys.com/stripe for a $5 trial set. All right. Couple comments here as we wrap things out. Raymond Vellon says DFA, DJ, and Jazz. You're not going to DFA Jazz. You're not going to DFA DJ. Come on. Let's learn how to watch a baseball season. And let's learn how teams operate. Come on. Samantha says, what a disgusting display of nothingness. That's a great way to describe this weekend. And referee says, horrific. We got a call here from Tabor Talk.
Hey, Derek, how are you? Tabor Talk from the Catskills. So, oh my God, it looks like the Yanks are going to get swept. They're losing 1-0 in the fifth. Oh, there's an error. All right, so Christian reaches. Anyway, we're in the fifth, 1-0. Brian Bayo is pitching well. Okay, Oswald Peraza. And I know you've said this over and over. He just can't hit. He cannot hit at the major league level. Coming into the game, hitting 163. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout, grounded out softly to second. I mean, he's had ample opportunities, and I hope we could trade him or something because he just can't hit at the major league level. Great fielder.
I can't see any team giving us much for him, honestly. And it's a shame because, like you said, he can field. He's got a good glove, but you got to have more than that to be a major leaguer, unfortunately. All right, guys. But we're going to keep this one short because obviously a miserable game. I'm recording with one of the guys from Baseball America tonight. We're going to talk Yankees prospects. I'll release that at some point tomorrow. And call in. We'll do a voicemail show here at some point over the next couple of days. And hope you guys enjoyed the new layout. I'm still working to add more stuff back in. We're going to redo the soundboard and things like that, add a bunch more different sounds and things like that. But I kind of just wanted to refresh. I was getting kind of bored with the same old. So, like to give it a refresh once in a while. Tough day for the Yanks. And, yeah, that's all I got to say. That's all I have to say about that. We'll see you next time. If you made it this far, do us a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join our community. You can also be a part of the show by calling in at 718-899-1068. Also, part of the way that we maintain and fund all of this is through NYYDesigns.shop. Check it out now. Get all sorts of fun Yankees merch, hats, hoodies, zip-ups, beanies, mugs, you name it. We've got it. Check it out, NYYDesigns.shop, and check out Pinstripe Territory on all your favorite podcast platforms. We are the official Yankees podcast of the Foul Territory Network. We're here for post-game shows after every single game, and we're here before a lot of games to talk about the game, preview the lineup, the pitching matchups, and things like that. And we're here all off-season to talk about the latest in Yankees rumors, news, etc. Join our community. We'll see you next time.